Okay, this is a demo video on this KGW use case for ProMeter100 to this IEC61850 gateway use case demo. Okay, so this is the first part of the connection. Okay, the first part of part of the connection, which is for this part is called Modbus RTU connection. So if you watch my cursor over here, okay, so this is the gateway. Okay, and I have this use case of meter over here, one ID1 and ID2, which is connect in the daisy change manner. Okay, then there's a internet connection, and this is my laptop over here, which is dot 10. Okay, this is dot 249, and this is ID1 and ID2. Okay, so based on the understanding, this is the group 1 that I want to extract the data, which is the starting address of 1101 up to 1132. Okay, and these are all the parameter of interest that I'm going to extract. Okay, but unfortunately, unfortunately today I don't have the meter with me, so I'm going to back loop this serial communication back to my laptop. Okay, which is port 13, and I'm going to use a software simulation to simulate these two ID over here. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let's start. Let me put this to here. Okay, and okay, let me open up my PC. This is my PC. Okay, let's set up the Modbus software, the Modbus slave software. So I open up my Modbus slave software. Okay, I already saved the workspace already. So it's under the workspace of this. I will include this file inside the description so that you can download by yourself. Okay, let's open up, and you should get to see this. Okay, so yeah, so you get to see this, and okay, so the starting address, let me show you. Okay, this is ID2 and this is ID1 data, and if you take a look, okay, let me sort of disconnect first. Okay, so there are some variable inside already. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so one thing need to take note is one thing need to take note. Let me put it in this manner so that I can see better. Okay. Okay, one thing need to take note is that okay, let me see if I can do it this manner. Okay, good. Okay, one thing need to take note again. Sorry, I keep saying the same thing. Okay, for this variable is actually two words over here, and it's actually 32 floating point. So what I need to do over here is when I do the format, I need to select. Okay, let me see if I can. I need to select the format of floating point also. Okay, which is the floating point, probably the first one. Okay, yeah. So this is ID1, okay, and ID2. So how do I reach out to this 1100 is I go to this this ID1 and I set the address to 1100. Okay, take note. For this case, I actually offset by 1. Okay, although the spreadsheet show that it's 1101, but for my case, because the actual telegram number start from 0, so I change it to 1100. Okay, so that's why this is the slave. Okay, ID1. Okay, if I click this and I go to set up slave again, definition. Okay, this is ID2. Okay, take note. Okay, so this is okay ready. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect, and I'm going to connect to COM port number 13. Okay, 13. Okay, and I press notice my parameter over here, and I press OK. So it's there already. So if I fresh the communication traffic, okay, there's nothing. Okay, why is there's nothing is because I haven't activate the gateway yet. Okay, so okay, notice this number is jumping because I make it increment. Okay, what I can do now is I set this to 0. Okay, set this to 0. Okay, sorry, 0 and 0. Okay, yeah, so everything will be 0. Okay, maybe I set this to 0 also, but with auto increment function over here, so that this variable of v12 will get 1. Okay, likewise, let me change the value of this to maybe 0 also. 0 and 0. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to set up my gateway. Okay, my gateway. Okay, if you take a look at my video, let me, maybe I can enlarge the my live video over here. Okay, so this is the connection, and I'm connecting to COM13 over here to my PC. So this is COM13. Okay, notice there's no LED, there's only flashing on the run. Okay, no activity over here. Okay, and yeah, so look decent. Okay, look decent. I am ready to go. Okay, so what I need to do now is let me put this to, okay, create a new workspace. Okay, maybe use case. Okay, ProMeter. Okay, any name of your choice. Okay, and okay, after you create, okay, click this and please press new again and select project. Okay, so this is project at current workspace. Okay, project, any name of your choice, maybe P, maybe yeah, just put P, maybe P ProMeter. Okay, let's call it ProMeter. Did I get the spelling correct? Okay. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I double click this guy, okay, and I do a selection of the platform. Okay, the platform is based on the nameplate over here. Okay, so my nameplate now is actually this selection 25 over here. Okay, and model number is here. I press OK. Okay, so we would like to create a client. Okay, right click and new client. Okay, select Modbus client. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Okay, so double click click this guy. Okay, maybe you want to put up a name. Okay, Modbus RTU. Okay, RTU. Okay, and maybe you say master. It's a master. Okay, okay, good. So under this port group, click new and select port number 1. Okay, so you have, if you click this guy, okay, there's a port 0 to port 4. So port 0 is reserved for certain functions, so it's not it's not relevant to us. Okay, port 1, okay, when we refer to port 1, is actually referring to the physical port, okay, of this, okay, which is A1 and B1. Okay, and port 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. Okay, and okay, let's select 1 for my case. Okay, choose RS485. Okay, okay, my baud rate will be 19200. Okay, and the rest will be as default. How do I arrive this 1920? Because my earlier effort of connecting this guy, I'm selecting the same baud rate of 19200. So make sure your power meter is also in that possible baud rate before you connect up. Okay, so yeah, okay. So the next thing is, yeah, everything seems to be in place. Okay, by default. Okay, right click. Okay, and click a name. Okay, let's call it ID. ID1. Okay, because it's ID1. Okay, vendor will be the ProMeter. Okay. Okay, and the address is 1. Okay, notice 1, and I press OK. Okay, so I will need to have analog input. Double click the analog input, right click and create new point. Okay, this time I want to create 16 point. Okay, 16 point and press OK. So why I need to print, why do I need to insert 16 point is because, let me show you, because there are 16 variable. Okay, from here to here, there are 16 variable. Okay, what the next thing I want to define is, okay, let's go to, okay, so this is a bay. Okay, this is a bay. Probably you can define the location of the location. Okay, so maybe panel 1. Okay, Yeah, so this is panel 1. Okay, so this is the name of the device. So you can modify, maybe is we can call it device 1. Okay, okay. Name of the point. Okay, name of the point. Let's call it okay, analog. Let's call it analog. Let's call it an AI. Okay. Okay, that's okay. But maybe I want to put up a different name to differentiate it. So I put AI, then I press this increment so that it will add a numerical value in the incremental order. See, 0 to 15. Okay, discretion. Okay, I can have this benefit. I see if I can copy. Yeah, good. Copy, and I paste the description over here. See, oh, it works. Okay, but it didn't work to my expectation. Okay, so maybe I have to manually do the, okay, let me do the cutting. Okay, okay, let's hold this for a while. V. Okay, this is 3. Okay, let's delete all this. Okay, let's and followed by V12, V 23, V31. Okay, followed by L1, L2, L3. Okay, voltage average VAVG. Okay, followed by QA, FQ, KT, KV, KA, and KW. Okay, good. Okay, notice the variable is actually in floating point, so we need to change this to floating point. Okay, select all and do a batch change to 32-bit float. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, okay, let me enlarge this again. Okay, so yeah, seems to be okay. Let's go to the IO part. Okay, when we are actually reading the holding register. Okay, the effort when we input all this, it will also will update over here. Okay, so the next interest is the address of this is right click, and the last understanding, the starting address is 1100. Okay, and but because it's 2 words, so we need to offset by step by 2. Okay, and okay, see, that's why now there's always an increment of 2. Okay, for the data length, okay, this is in the unit of byte, so now it's 2. The current setting is 2 byte is equivalent to 1 word, so I need to change this to 4 byte, which is equivalent to double word. Okay, which is the 32-bit floating point. Okay, a bit nuisance. Okay, let's select the first cell. Okay, hold shift button and select the last cell. Okay, right click and do a batch. Okay, so change this value to 4. Okay, again, I need to change the value to floating point again. Okay, select, shift, select again, right click. Okay, and select 32 float point. Okay, yeah. Okay, now, yeah, we are good to go. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, so let's try. Okay, let's try download first. Okay, let's try download. Save the project. Okay, okay, let's save the project and do a download. Okay, download over here. Okay, and select. Okay, and press start. Okay, so it will prompt you this. Okay, and later I'll show you the password. So the username should be EDPS, and the password later I'll show it over here. Okay, and press OK. Yeah, and it's supposed to download. Okay, let's try again. Repeat this again. It's download already. Okay, how do I know it's download? Because I need to open up a browser. Let's open up a browser. Okay, and reach out to the IP address of 192.0.249. Okay, and you will come up to here. Okay, so the admin, the username is admin. The password is, let me see if I can show you the password over here. Okay, this is the default password. Okay, a bit lengthy. Okay, login. Okay, go to this data protocol and this protocol list again. Okay, now you see there's multiple project over here. Okay, this is my earlier effort, which is project 5. I can delete this away and delete this away. Okay, so this is the program that I just download. Okay, need to press start to activate the start. Okay, let's press start and it's been start. Okay, so once I press start, okay, I should see activity over here. I should see activity over here. Okay, now there's no activity because I didn't do the connection. Let me do up the connection. And yeah, yeah, now we get to see the activity. Another option is how do we know it's activated. Okay, you can take a look at the COM port over one is blinking. Okay, COM port 1 is blinking. Okay, that's receive and transmit blinking. So that's a good indication that it's working. Okay, so let's try change some value over here. Okay, let's go to online. Okay, codec and type the correct IP address and try to read up. Okay, so if you go to the value, okay, it show an indication that it's online. Okay, but all the value now is 0. Okay, let me change this first value to maybe 123.456. Okay, so immediately it actually update from here. So this is a simulation of the power meter now. So now the value of V1C is 1234. Okay, so what I can do is I can change the second value and do an increment. Okay, and it's actually increment at like every 1 second. There will be an increment of 1. See, now it's updating. Okay, this is a strong indication that it's working. Okay, but because we haven't defined ID2, okay, so let's have a quick effort to create ID2. Okay, so let's stop this connection. Okay, and create ID2. Okay, go to the device bus over here. Let me. Okay, and create another new. Okay, so probably I name it ID2. Okay, so the vendor, okay, let's call it ProMeter. Okay, okay, but for the address, instead of default 1, okay, we need to change to 2. Okay, in the event if you have more than 2, 3, 4, 5, so you just change this address accordingly. Okay, press OK and press OK. So you get to see this again. Okay, right click again, repeat whatever I did on the same on ID1. Okay, create new point. Let's select 16 point. Okay. Okay. The benefit of a second ID is you can go to the first one and do a quick copy and paste. Okay, see if I can do a copy and paste. Okay, good. Okay, but the differences is because this is panel 1. Okay, but it's device 2. Okay, so let's change this to name it to call it device 2. Okay, yeah. So the rest of the perimeter we can leave it the same. Okay, so let's go to the I/O side. Okay, so notice all this is also different. So what I can do is because it's using the same parameter, let's go to the I/O side. Okay, let's copy and paste. Okay, so yeah, under I/O and do the paste. Yeah, so yeah, look decent. So what I need to do is I save the project and download. Okay, see, download. Okay, so yeah, so if you put up the password earlier, you will still retain the password over here. Press OK to download. Okay, so earlier I already download the file again. Now it's asking me do I want to remove the earlier file? Yes, because I want to overwrite the file. Okay, press yes. Yeah, but it's not activated. So I need to go back to this web page again and press start. Okay, to get it activated. Now it's reading two to ID. Okay, so how do I know that is earlier there's this let me stop this for a while. Okay, earlier there's this effort of reading 01. Now there's there's a effort to read 02. Okay, 01 is ID 1, 02 is ID 2. Okay, so how do I prove it's working? Okay, let me come to here. Okay, let's connect. Okay, let's select ID 2. Okay, this is ID 2 and it's online value. Okay, it's online already. You see, straight away there's this value over here, and there's a last value of 56.789. Okay, let's maybe change this value. Maybe also maybe to 456.789. Okay, yeah, and it update over here. So this is so this is the first part of the video, and with this I end my presentation. Thank you.